Actually always liked this body style. I like this body style better. I like the GTs with the ground effects. Same thing with Camaros from that.
Didn't we get like one of the last crate engines from Ford?
Supposedly the last one.
That's what I heard.
So I can't. This car must be worth a lot.
So what are we talking about today, Randy?
I didn't see you guys there. So thanks for joining us for another live video on Facebook and YouTube. Randy here in the garage again with Cody.
How's it going, guys?
So I imagine the female demographic is going to spike again like usual when we do these ones with Cody. We've got Scott over here to answer your questions. So we're going to try to keep this very, a lot of interaction. So today we're going to be talking about winterizing your car. If you have any questions, throw them over at Scott. He'll answer them or send them back to us. So today is winterizing your car for cars that are both in storage or daily driver. So we're going to give you tips whether you got that car restored, you're putting it away, or if it's a daily driver, some tips on, stopping rust and just things you can do to keep it running well. So Cody, what's the first thing we need to talk about today?
Well, let's start with winterizing the Mustang. Get that going. We'll talk about some daily driver products and just kind of get everything together. So the first thing we're going to want to do with this car is get a battery maintainer on it. So to start, here's our Rockwood battery maintainer. So we're going to hook up the battery leads. And
this is just to keep your battery. It's just going to keep like a little bit of a charge in your battery to keep it from going dead.
Yeah, I believe they're called a float charger, where it's a small amperage charger.
Yeah.
That's just going to keep the battery topped off, and that way, come spring, you're ready to go. You're not going to have to use our Eastwood jumper cables.
Yeah. Well, we'll take a look at them in a minute.
Yeah.
Because I mean, really, you get that nice day in the spring. You go out to start your car and it's dead.
Yeah.
So you lost that nice day. Or every time your battery dies, it starts to lose. It decreases its lifespan.
Yeah, you can't.
So this is
an automotive battery can't discharge and then recharge. There's only so many times you can do that to an automotive battery before it begins to decrease in performance. So you want to keep them topped off. Cars today they do have a small drain.
Yeah.
The battery might not make it through the winter if you don't start your car and run it regularly. So this battery maintainer is going to make sure that you're good to go. And
I see there's even quick disconnect clips. And
yeah, we have some quick disconnect clips also that we give you. That way you can hook this up on your motorcycle, you can hook it up on a boat.
You can just leave them there. You can leave these rings on there permanently.
Yep, you can fish this down.
You can leave them on there permanently, and there's this right here, there's one there you can see. So you can just disconnect that, and now you're ready to go. If Joe could see that. So these are not, like you said, you can just leave them on your motorcycle, someplace where the battery's hard to get to, like under your seat. And you can use them on other stuff. You've got a snowmobile in storage over summer, ATVs,
tractors, lawnmowers,
jet skis or and anything like that you might store.
Equipment.
So so that's something you definitely want to have. It's going to save you money. While we're over here, we've got a coolant tester.
The other thing you're definitely going to want to do, especially if you're not in a heated garage like we are right now, you're going to want to test your antifreeze.
Especially like a daily driver.
Yep, especially a daily driver also. I had an issue where I actually blew a radiator up because I had too much water in my cooling system.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it got down to -5. I was on my way to work here, and I didn't make it. I mean, it essentially overheated because.
Oh, I remember that. It was the day I was like, I miss Cody. Where's he at?
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was the reason why.
So
I remember
you definitely
I was really
want to check your antifreeze.
Yeah.
Especially if you buy
how's it work?
Also. So all you have to do.
You just take the cap off.
Take the cap off. Set that down right there.
And we actually don't even. So we're not here just to push our products. We actually don't even offer this one. And you're going to see some other stuff here. So we are just giving you some helpful tips too.
So you can see we got this full, and we only have about.
It's good to do around 0 or
zero or so. So we'd actually want to top this off
with some antifreeze,
especially if you're going to drive
antifreeze. That's good to know.
You know what? If you have a dry car,
it can get cold. We're in Pennsylvania, and it can get cold here.
If you run it, like say if you ran at Maple Grove or some drag strips, they require that you run straight water.
Yeah.
You definitely want to get some antifreeze in your car for the winter.
Yep.
When you store it.
Okay. So speaking of, we were just talking about our jumper cables when you mentioned, so you don't have to use these to start your car.
This is Plan B come springtime.
Yeah, they are good. Not as many people carry them. Like it used to be, everybody had a set of jumper cables in their car.
Yeah.
And it is something good to have. I mean, because when your battery goes dead, what are you going to do?
Actually, the day after my wedding, we had a dead battery that we came to. And I didn't have jumper cables.
You didn't have jumper cables?
I didn't have jumper cables.
I know where you can buy a set of jumper cables at Eastwood.com. Just search jumper cable, and you'll probably land on this page. We have 2 and 4 gauge jumper cables available.
And they're 20 feet long.
I prefer the 2 gauge because they're heavy duty. If you see these things, we've got some videos on them. These are serious jumper cables.
Yeah.
They are heavy duty, and like you said, they're 20 feet long.
Yeah.
And that's longer than a car. So the key is you can jump a car when it's parked in. Like,
yeah, even if you're at a grocery store or something and the guy next to you, you don't know who he is.
Yeah.
His car's there. He's in the store. You can't get a hold of somebody, but the spot then 2 away is open.
Or out, or even out in the lane where you're driving. Yeah. When we've done it in a video where you can see we pulled up behind and ran them. So you don't have to, you know, a lot of them garbage jumper cables you buy,
like
you have to like
feet. You gotta have the car right next
to them. And you know that's not.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, that doesn't always happen. So over here, we might as well talk about some of these products while
let's see what we got going over here. This is stuff for your daily driver. So
yeah, number one, we get Joe. Let Joe get over here and get in. Joe's operating the camera today. A lot of you people probably remember him from his TIG welding video. Gets a lot of views, a lot of fans out there.
About Friday too.
Yeah, TGIF. Am I right, Joe? Okay, road salt neutralizer. This is great for the north. We're in Pennsylvania, but
a lot of salt, a lot of brine on our roads. You know, some states they actually use salt. They use sand. Some people use calcium chloride, magnesium chloride. There's many chemicals now that are on the roads today, and they're not good for your automobile.
No, they're very bad for it.
So road salt neutralizer is designed to take that brine and wash it off the side of your car, wash it off the underneath your car. All you have to do is put in a pump sprayer.
Yeah.
And it'll neutralize everything. You can also dilute it and use it to clean your interior, your floor mats if you get a lot of salt. Oh, really?
Like where you get all the salt off?
Yeah,
and
where you get that chalky line.
I didn't realize you could use it on the interior.
Yeah, there's some great instructions on the back.
It makes more than 21 gallons. This gallon makes more than 21 gallons.
Yeah, you dilute it pretty heavily.
So you use it for the rest of your life? 1 gallon?
Yeah. So for multiple years of use.
That's cool. So Metal Protect?
Yep, that's for your polished surfaces, you know, your aluminum wheels, that kind of stuff. It'll just prevent any corrosion from getting to them. So on your daily driver.
So it's good to put stuff like that on it. You earlier were talking about, you know, just making sure your car has, you know, like if you're covering it or...
Yeah, even with your daily driver and the car that you're actually going to winterize, you definitely want to make sure you got a good coat of wax. You wash your car in the fall. Just get a good coat of wax on it, and that way all the abrasive road salt, all that, you know, dust and debris that it's going to see over winter, it won't eat away at it and then let that salt and brine creep in.
Yeah, so you kind of use a lot of this stuff in combination with each other. A couple others, Rubberized Undercoating, pretty standard. People know what this is. It's available here at Eastwood. It's great, you know, touch up those areas.
Yeah.
But
you don't want to use that if you have a rusted area. You know, if you have a rusted area where undercoating is falling off, you definitely want to use our rubberized rust encapsulator, and that's going to encapsulate the rust. It's going to prevent it from coming back. Yeah.
So if
rubberized
you have
undercoating, it's just going to seal it in. You might actually be causing damage by just using that.
So you're going to only want to put this if you're, say, the undercoating's getting thin, it's clean metal, you know, you just build it back up. But the rubberized rust encapsulator, maybe I shouldn't be picking it, the rubberized rust encapsulator is the one that you're, like you said.
It's a solution. If you have a rusty area around undercoating, this is what you want to use.
And we also sell, probably most of the people watching this know, rust encapsulator.
Yep, we have rust encapsulator. We have it in multiple colors.
A lot of colors.
We got textured rust encapsulator. It's great if you have a heavily pitted area that you want to kind of blend.
It'll kind of give it its own texture.
Yeah, it'll give it a much more uniform look.
Yeah, so this is a really cool product. But speaking of rust, what about the inside of your frame?
Well, we got this really cool product. It's called internal frame coating. We offer it in green and black. And what it's designed to do...
Can we take it out of the box and show people what it looks like?
It's got this really innovative nozzle, and it sprays in a conical pattern.
So it's just an aerosol, like...
We got some footage.
Oh yeah, we have some footage. If Dave, our director, can put it up. So right away you can see, you know, we have an example of just on a downspout, so you can see how it sprays out in a 360-degree pattern. You know, to completely coat. And then if you have a frame, you just start, you know, you've used it, you just start putting it in a hole.
Start putting in all the access holes you have, then slowly pull it out of the hole.
And it's made to go everywhere. And it's very thin.
It's very thin, and that's designed to get in all those tight areas, anywhere where there's an overlapping piece of metal.
Yeah, it dries quick.
It'll actually get in between the two pieces of metal.
Yeah, it's really, so it's great. I mean, if you're restoring a car, you have all those spots. But if it's a daily driver,
it's even more important. You know, because many cars aren't really coated on the inside from the factory. So this will let you get into all those areas.
And the way frames seem to rust these days, this is a product you almost want to put on right away. And you'll find other uses for it, like inside of doors, rocker panels, pillars,
A-pillars when you're doing a restoration.
We've done it in your Camaro, I believe.
Anything that you have access to, it's a good
get a coat of rust encapsulator there. or internal frame coating.
And then we also got a
couple other little tips.
Rubber plastic vinyl restore. This is just good. If you have any dried out weather stripping or any rubber, you can just use this with a foam brush, and it'll help restore it. It'll help thicken, give it the soft texture that it had at one point. And that's great. Winter will dry out rubber products.
Extend its life a little bit. And STA-BIL. It's good for. What do you do with that?
So you want to use STA-BIL in the winter because with the way gas is today, it has around 10% of ethanol.
Yeah.
And ethanol, when it sits, it actually absorbs moisture. So that's taking the moisture that's in the air and bringing it into your fuel. It's contaminating your fuel. So a product like STA-BIL, it helps you store. It helps that ethanol not grab oxygen.
Okay.
So we should put some in. Put some in the Mustang.
I think we've got 2 gallons of gas in the Mustang right now.
Well,
so we
all
might.
right. I guess we shouldn't put any in the Mustang.
We should read the instructions first. That says probably.
Which one thing that brings up a good point, Randy. You don't want to store a car long term
full.
With much gas in it. You actually want to store it with a full tank because that prevents the air from being in the gas tank in the first place.
Yeah. Well, 1 ounce treats 2.5 gallons.
Well, do you want to put an ounce in?
I don't think we want to bore people with adding STA-BIL to it. Okay, a few other things. We got some more tips. We got some more tips on the other side of the car.
Okay.
For storage. So let's take a walk over there,
Yeah,
and then we're going to get back to the hydraulic wheel dollies, which I don't know if anybody noticed them. But
once we get this car winterized, let's get it into place.
Yeah, we got to show the hydraulic wheel dolly. So we'll let Joe get over here.
I love this Eastwood blue
ready?
pearl.
It's nice.
It's a nice color.
Yeah. If you like the color of this car, this paint is available at Eastwood, and this car was painted in about a 15-mile-an-hour breeze outside. So it just shows anybody can, with a little bit of skill, you can paint a car and make it look nice. So here's a couple tips. Mice will get in your car about anywhere they can. So you clog up your exhaust pipes with some steel wool because the mice won't chew through that. So you just stick it in there. That's going to keep your mice from trying to make a home up in your engine or in your exhaust somewhere.
Mice like you have pet mice.
My mice, your mice?
Any mice.
Random mice, yeah, just not yours, just any mice. Or some people just take a plastic bag, a rubber band, and do this. Maybe, I prefer the steel wool because I really don't like mice and I think they might chew through plastic. But, so yeah, either one of those, steel wool or plastic, you're going to keep mice out.
I saw you had some dryer sheets kicking around. What are they about, Randy?
I use them when I wash my clothes.
Oh.
But it turns out they've got another use.
Okay.
Dryer sheets and baking soda. First dryer sheets. It turns out those pesky mice don't like the smell of dryer sheets.
Huh.
So you can put them. You seem really intrigued by dryer sheets.
It's interesting. I like the smell of dryer sheets.
So we already put some around in the car because, like I said, pests, mice, they don't like them. Put them on the seats. Put them on the floor.
It's definitely a better alternative than mothballs.
Yes, and it's a better alternative than having mice chew up your interior and carry it back your exhaust and make a home up in your engine.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
That's worst case scenario. And baking soda, moisture, and it'll keep the smells out. Just take a thing of baking soda, open it up, set it on your floor. It's going to help a lot. And as you can see in here, another thing I like to do, make a list of everything I did. So I remember that the battery maintainer is hooked up, because you don't want to start your car up and forget to unhook the battery maintainer and run it over.
I heard somebody did that a couple weeks ago.
I did that about a month ago, and I have a note actually in my car.
So make sure you read your note.
Yes, yeah. The key is don't only write the note, make a note to read your note. So
awesome.
So that's sort of it for our tips. Yeah. Now we got the hydraulic wheel dollies.
Well,
first.
Are there any questions?
Oh yeah, have we had any questions?
So far, just the only one we have is just relating to a waxy product for waxing the car while they're protecting it. And also
that was more of a statement than a question. He's not mic'd up today, so you guys can't hear him.
Yeah, the good one would be approximately how many cans of internal frame coating would be required to do
a typical vehicle. So the question is how many cans of internal frame coating to do an average vehicle?
I'd typically say around 2 cans. That's what I used.
Yeah.
I did a Jeep Wrangler. That's a pretty small vehicle, about 12.5 feet long, but it's a full frame vehicle.
I think we did a truck. We have a video. I think we might have used 3.
You did a Toyota Tacoma, I believe.
We might have used 3 cans.
Yeah, that's a.
I taped off the holes when I use internal frame coating because some of them frames have a ton of holes.
Yeah.
And it will come out, so I tape. But we have black and green. We only had green. but now we have black internal frame coating as well, which is nice because it kind of blends in. But yeah, 2 cans would do it.
Yeah, 2 to 3 cans.
Oh, but before we get, actually this car right here, the Camaro, Cody's Camaro is on another set of wheel dollies we have. These are great if your car's in storage because it's something else to think about over winter. If your car's in storage, can you move it easily?
Yes.
And this really allows us to move it around. We sell another kind.
We sell another kind that's black. It's a stamped steel piece, and they're a little more economical. But the nice thing, you can push this car into a safe spot. You don't have to worry about it getting hit. You don't have to worry about it being near your workspace.
Because the last thing we would want is anything to hit this car.
Oh, it's a beautiful car.
Or, like what you're getting at, though, is
but now you can move it
your
around.
restored car.
Yeah.
Like if you have a restored car on the Mustang, like the Mustang or whatever, you can put them on this and push the car around. And the other nice thing about wheel dollies is that they cradle. So it's to help prevent it's to help prevent a flat spot. The other ones we have are a full cradle to really match it, so you don't, because you will get flat spots with your car.
You know what the worst part about wheel dollies is, though? You got to jack your car up.
Yes. Oh.
It can be a pain.
Good transition.
We came up with this nice innovative product.
These wheel dollies?
These wheel dollies.
You want to wheel them around over here?
I should rephrase. We didn't come up with this product. We offer this nice innovative product.
At Eastwood.com?
At Eastwood.com. Also at our 3 retail stores.
Oh, yeah. If you didn't know, you can get these if you're near Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Alsip, Illinois, or Parma, Ohio. You can visit a Eastwood retail store, check out our products, and they also, the cool thing about our stores is you can actually test out our products.
So each one of these can actually hold 1,300 pounds. So that's a good amount of weight.
Yeah, that's as much as one of our regular wheel dollies, I think. And the cool thing about these is that they will jack themselves up. And they'll hold a tire, what, about 12 inches wide?
Yeah, these hold a tire about 12 inches wide, so even if you have, a decent size aftermarket tire on the back of your car, you'll be able to still
So you can just throw, like what we have here is, we sell them in kits of 2, where you can get all 4, you can get this stand we have them in. Like you said.
And the stand is nice because they are kind of unwieldy to stack.
Yeah. So that's it, it's off the ground, put the safety pin in.
Put the safety pin, let's just jack it up. There you go.
So if we do the other 3, and then we can wheel it all around wherever we want.
Yep.
We can really make this live video a little longer then. No, we're not going to do that to you. But yeah, so if you're interested in the hydraulic wheel dollies, they're great for car and storage. Actually, in our videos, we were pushing them around outside.
We've pushed the Camaro between R&D and the video studio probably half a dozen times.
If you're not familiar, that's how far? Is that
at least 120 yards, I would think.
Yeah, 100 to 150 yards around the building, on the blacktop, up over the concrete lip.
And they'll handle it. I mean, it's a nice, large diameter wheel.
Yeah, these things they're nice. Like I said, I mean, not only on the smooth concrete in here, but outside on the blacktop, they work great. We use them all the time to wheel stuff around here in the garage and the studio. So, well, I guess that's it. If we don't have any questions, I hope this helped on how to winterize your car. Hope we gave you some tips and tricks. So, don't forget to tune in every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 3 o'clock. That's pretty much going to be our schedule, probably for the rest of this year.
Okay.
Actually, next Friday, though, we might not be next Thursday. It might be next Friday. We might be working on the Camaro.
Yep.
So, yeah. So if you don't see us Thursday, tune in. It could be anytime Friday.
Work on the Camaro Thursday.
We might work on the Camaro Thursday, but definitely Tuesday at 3 and Wednesday at 3 next week. Wednesday is usually metal fab and welding, so that's a good one. And just let us know what you guys want to see. And don't forget to visit Eastwood.com for all these tools for and supplies for winterizing your car. Whoa, trying to look cool and miss the hood. So.
Careful.
All right, well that's it.
That's it.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Take it easy, guys.